Kylian Mbappé is having nightmares tonight because Lamine Yamal is officially coming to finish the job. 88th minute against Belgium. Mikel Merino slams it home, and just like that, Spain turns a brutal 2-1 quarter-final thriller into a direct ticket to the World Cup semi-finals. La Roja looks completely unstoppable, but let's be completely real. The internet is already writing Spain off because France look like an absolute cheat code. The conventional wisdom says Mbappe gets his ultimate revenge for the Euros. Easy day at the office. But I'm telling you, the casuals are looking at the wrong tape. Be honest, did you actually have Belgium coming back to tie it up after Fabián Ruiz's rocket? I didn't. But Spain's response to that immense pressure proved something massive. They're manipulating space in a way Didier Deschamps simply cannot counter. Today we are breaking down the exact tactical blueprint Spain will use to break French hearts all over again. Let's look closely at that Belgian match first, because it told us everything about Spain's current mental state. Belgium's golden generation threw absolute haymakers, exposing a few nervous moments in Spain's backline. But when the pressure cooked, Spain didn't panic. They found a way. Now France is not going to play open football like Belgium did. Deschamps want to bait Spain forward, squeeze the vertical space, and unleash his newly optimized front line. This is not the Euro setup. Forget Mbappe isolated on the left wing. In his World Cup, Mbappe is playing dead center as a lethal roaming striker, flanked by the terrifying dual threat of Ousmane Dembele and Michael Olise. You know that's a completely different beast, right? Every single pundit on TV is warning Spain about keeping a suicidal high line against a specific French trio. So how does Luis de la Fuente stop the most dangerous central transition monster in world football? It starts with the absolute engine room. Everyone praises Rodri, he is a footballing god. But the real key to this rematch is Fabian Ruiz's defensive positioning. Remember the Euro semi-final? France completed exactly zero progressive passes through the central channel whenever Fabian stepped up to press. Zero. You see where this is going yet. With Camavinga completely out of the French squad for this tournament, the burden of progression falls entirely on Aurelien Tchouaméni. Fabian's job is to cut the oxygen supply to Tchouaméni before he can even look to exploit Mbappe's central runs. If Spain denies France that central transition route, Mbappe becomes an isolated island up top, starved of service and forced to drop deep into his own midfield just to touch the football. But here's the real twist most analysts are completely blind to. Everyone is terrified of what Dembele and Olise will do to Spain's fullbacks on the counter. Dembele is pure unadulterated chaos on the ball, and Olise has been dropping absolute masterclass of elite creation. If you give them time to turn and feed Mbappe through the middle, you are dead. But Spain possesses an asymmetric weapon system that alters defensive structures completely. Nico Williams on the left and Lamine Yamal on the right are not just standard wingers anymore. They are tactical gravity wells. Look at how Belgium tried to double team Yamal the second he touched the ball in the final third. What happened? It opened up the half spaces for the late midfield runners. This is exactly how Mikel Merino found the room to slam home that 88th minute crushing winner. Let's do a quick reality check. If you honestly believe Theo Hernandez and Jules Koundé can handle Yamal and Nico one-on-one for 90 minutes while also supporting Dembele and Olise, tell me why in the comments right now. Because from I am sitting, Theo is going to need a GPS and a prayer just to track Yamal's inside cuts. If you think that's a stretch, wait for this next stat. France has conceded 70% of their big chances during this World Cup campaign from low cutbacks originating on their flanks when their fullbacks get pinned. 70%. That is a massive structural flaw masquerading as a world-class defense. Because Conde and Theo will be terrified of Spain's wingers. They won't be able to provide the overlapping runs that Dembele and Olise desperately need to unlock space. Remember how I promised you at the start that Yamal is coming to finish the job? In 2024, he was a brilliant kid pulling off a miracle strike. In 2026, he is a cold-blooded system breaker. De La Fuente is not asking him to just replicate that Euro wonder goal. He is using Yamal's gravity to unleash Ruiz and Merino from deep. When France's midfield drops to help their struggling fullbacks, the edge of the area becomes vacant. That is exactly where Fabian Ruiz struck his absolute rockets against Belgium. If France cheats inside to stop those late runs, Nico Williams pinches the back post. It's a tactical catch-22 for Deschamps. The counter-argument everyone is claiming is simple. Spain's defense cannot handle Mbappe through the middle if they turn the ball over. And you know what? That's totally fair. If Spain plays sloppy passes, Mbappe will punish them instantly. But Spain's technical security has been pristine, averaging a 92% pass completion rate under pressure. They keep the ball to suffocate you. If Spain maintains 60% possession, France's front line will structurally fracture by the 60-minute mark from sheer exhaustion. This is not just a simple rematch, it's the defining tactical war of the 2026 World Cup. Spain has the rhythm, the positional variety, and the clutch gene to completely bypass the French defensive matrix. Watch closely for Fabian Ruiz pressing triggers on Tchouaméni in the first 15 minutes. If he locks down that central transition, Spain walks away with this. Drop your score predictions for this epic semi-final down below. I am going with a bold 2-1 win for Spain after extra time. Fight me in the comments. Make sure to smash that subscribe button for more sharp research-backed World Cup analysis. I'll see you in the comments.